Hi everybody and welcome. Thank you for returning and being with me again. Sometimes we deviate a little from Harry and Meghan and we look at the world at large, of which the British monarchy is indeed a significant part, seeing that so many of us are living in previous British colonies and have English, Scottish or Irish ancestry. I think we often forget what a huge role Britain and the kings and queens of the past played in our DNA, ancestry and life as we know it today. Having said that, I want to talk a little about Charles and Camilla's upcoming tour of Australia and Samoa. Now, first of all, let me say that I personally hate gaslighting. Things are what they are and life is what it is. I understand PR, but you start twisting the truth or downright lie to me, and you've lost me regardless of what you do after. For me, there's no turning back from that, and in a way I want to apply that particular principle here. Shortly before the Queen died, a poll showed that 31% of Australians did not want Australia to become a republic. 29% wanted the country to become a republic ASAP. 34% said that Australia should become a republic after the Queen's death. Now, in a government poll on September the 7th, 2023, almost a year after Charles became king, the number of Australians who wanted the country to become a republic rose to 32% from 29%, and the number who wanted to remain a constitutional monarchy remained more or less the same at 34-35%. With King Charles, however, only 12% are saying Australia should wait until the death of the king, whereas, as I said, 34% said Australia should wait until after the death of the Queen. So the margins are actually closing. If you want to analyze the entire YouGov poll, you can actually go to au.ugov.com/politics/articles/46044-1-year-king-Charles. Now, it had been announced that none of Australia's state premiers will attend King Charles's reception in Australia. The King and Camilla will arrive on Monday and will be welcomed to Canberra by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. But Victoria Premier Jacinta Allan said she was pleased the King was visiting, but she couldn't attend because she had a number of long-standing engagements. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns could not attend due to a cabinet meeting. Queensland Premier Stephen Mills could not attend because he's busy with his re-election campaign. Tasmanian Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe and South Australian Premier also have other commitments, and Western Australia Premier Roger Cook also said he had other commitments. Now, Australia and the media are very divided because of this. On the one hand, you have people like Beth MacArthur, a pro-monarchist, who's saying that Charles is being snubbed by the Australian government and that people are rude and it is indefensible. However, people like Adam Spencer, the Australian Republic Movement Deputy Chair, told journalists that support for the monarchy is wavering and that Charles should not be king of Australian subjects. There's one bit of good news for the king, though. Contrary to what was reported, slavery, apologies and reparations are not on the agenda anywhere that he will be going. So while the anti-monarchists are selling farewell tour t-shirts, it appears as if Charles will be shielded from calls for reparations from indigenous leaders. Now, in my personal opinion, which obviously counts for absolutely nothing because I'm neither British nor Australian, I really do not think it is particularly rude for the state premiers not to attend the welcome banquet. The King is visiting Australia for the first time in more than 6 years, and because of his health, his visit was pretty much up in the air until a couple of weeks ago. So one can really not expect these premiers to drop whatever they're doing and come running. Secondly, some of them are indeed Republicans, and that is fine too. We all have a right to express our opinions and feelings in any which way we want, as long as we don't break the law. I also like the pomp and ceremony of the monarchy, the display of unity in Britain. I would love for the monarchy to continue in Britain for the next 100 years or even more, so that history can play itself out and be displayed in the most magical pageantry, so we can watch fantasy unfold on our television screens, or so that we can travel to England and partake in it if we wish. But I'm afraid that in modern times I really do not see the point of having a head of state who visits the country once in 6 years or even longer. In my opinion, a country like Australia needs an active, full-time representative negotiator and to carry the image of the country out to the rest of the world. Someone who in times of crisis can lobby for relief and assistance, and not just send a "my wife and I are most upset to hear" kind of letter. That is indeed my opinion, and it applies regardless of the fact that I really still want to see William and Catherine on the throne. And it applies even when William and Catherine are the glorious King and Queen of England, and not necessarily the heads of state of any other country. Buckingham Palace, on behalf of the King, had responded to the expected Republican movement protest with a short and sweet message, basically just stating that it's up to the Australian people and they will abide with the people's choice. As far as Harry and Meghan goes, although I think the growing call for an end to a monarchy in many Commonwealth realm countries is a natural progression to self-determination and utter independence, I do think that Harry and Meghan's shenanigans do play a role. Where the monarchy was always shrouded in mystery and a hint of fantasy, Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview, James Corden, Ellen, their own mockumentary, and Harry's book opened that proverbial Jumanji cupboard door, and slowly we lost some respect. Slowly the fantasy evaporated and the mystery was no longer a mystery. William and Catherine may bring the glamour back, but will it be enough after all the damage that was done? I don't know. For you and me, who really enjoy the Prince and Princess of Wales, it may very well be enough. But politically, economically, etc., it may not be. But, only time will tell. Okay, guys, so this is yet another short one. I think they're going to come through thick and fast over the next 2 days because of the building work and the school activities and everything else. I've been falling slightly behind, and I have so much that I want to talk to you about. But, my dears, I think that is it for now. So please take good care of yourselves until we meet again on the next one. Bye.